Good evening! Good evening! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for your bride and groom, Emily and Paul Carney!
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming. There's people here from England, and I believe there's people here from Australia. Give him a big round of applause, please. All the way from Australia. Philip. Now, this is kind of embarrassing because my beautiful daughter Ivana wrote me a speech, and the speech is in Montanati. I'm down in Kerry, so what am I supposed to do now? I'll do so. I have a small little story about Paul. He don't remember it now because he was too young then. I'll tell you this, right? He was very young. He was only about 4, maybe 5, I don't know. I was babysitting. On one of the rare occasions, I was actually babysitting. And Paul was the eldest of the person. The two of us were on our own. And he started talking to himself, as I thought. Right? And I said to Paul, Paul, what are you doing? He said, Dad, I'm talking to my imaginary friend. I said, who's he? Johnny. And I said, hello, Johnny, how are you? He said, Dad, what are you doing? He's not there, Rod. He's sitting in your chair over there. So, anyway, doesn't Emily look stunning today? And the boys are not too shabby either. Let's give a round of applause as well. The bridesmaids, they're beautiful as well. The speech is gone, lads. That's it. It's up Montanati and I'm down here, as I said. And that's all I've got to say to you. Except, raise your glasses for a toast for Paul and Emily. Yeah, cheers, Paul and Emily. Yeah, John.
Cheers, cheers. Well done, Dad, well done. Next up for a few words, the man of the day, the groom, Mr. Paul Carney.
Okay. I just never wrote a speech, it's nowhere.
It's not Cork, it's not Kerry.
It's not in the hotel room. But I'd like to thank the archers, Ashley, Catherine, all the siblings. I'd like to thank Philip. Stealing my moments. Ashley and Philip from home from Australia, Brenda from Canada, people from England, Terry from America, thanks Emily, Bob back from Mallow. It took him 10 hours to get there. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to hand over to Gerard there now. I'm sure he's fucking has something up his sleeve. So don't believe a word of it. Thanks.
He's right there anyway, folks. He's right. So just before we carry on with the formalities here, there's a box which is over here on my left in the corner of the room. Paul and Emily would like to invite you at some point throughout the night to go over, write a little message, put it in the box for them, and that's it. Write a nice message. Okay, put a few bob in there for me, but just make sure you mark it for my attention because there's a lot of confusion between us. So that's that. So good evening, and for those of you who I have yet to meet, my name is Gerard, I'm Paul's brother, and for those of you who I know, I'm still Gerard, Paul's brother. So you're all very welcome to this very special occasion. We have guests from near, far, like Paul said, Cork, England, Canada, Australia. Regardless of where you travel from, you're all very welcome, and thank you very much for being part of this very joyous occasion, and that's on behalf of both families. So yes, thank you for being here. Also, thank you to Tom and the wonderful staff. We've been here since yesterday. They've been looking after us really, really well, so thank you very much. And you've gone over and above our expectations. Thank you. And now I would like to congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Carney. Go ahead, join me in the make. And I'd just like to kind of say what my dad said. With Emily, you look absolutely stunning today. So you look absolutely beautiful. And everybody was talking about the ceremony as well, so it was fantastic. The setting, everything was absolutely beautiful. So my role here, as Paul sees it, I'm best man. But I see it, it is an opportunity for me to have the roasting of my brother Paul Carney. So that's what this job is for me, right? That's my job. So my earliest memories of Paul, we were both still in nappies. I was 2 and Paul was 8. I think that's why we bonded so well. And Paul, a very happy-go-lucky kind of a guy, quickly gained a reputation as someone who makes people laugh without trying. So, like, if you stand back and just watch him for long enough, you'll have a real-life Benny Hill kind of a sketch. And it's hilarious, it's brilliant, it works every single time, it's comical. I'll give you some examples. Growing up and being sons of a builder, there was many times we had to put on our overalls and our hard hat, which back then was just a tracksuit, and we had to chip in with the old man, which back then was happy enough to pay us less than minimum wage. And while on a renovation site in Blackrock, my dad instructed Paul to knock a wall through. And my dad then did his usual almost head off for stuff disappearing act, and on his return to his horror, Paul had knocked the wrong wall through. Brilliant. Classic Paul. That's the response, it's classic Paul. Classic Paul. In our park we had a hedge, right? We had a hedge, and the hedge was well overgrown. Honestly, 20 foot high wouldn't be an exaggeration, would it? It was really high. It was really high. And my dad was like constantly onto the council to try to get them to sort this out. It was really, you know, it was going to be home to all kinds of animals. So he got sick of it, and he just took matters into his own hands. So he went away, ordered 3 skips, rounded up the lads again for less than minimum wage, and tackled the task. And assigning Paul to the electric trimmers turned out to be a major error of judgment. He had cut the cord not once, not twice, but 3 times, everybody. And that's a true story, right? And the funny thing is, when I think back on it, I don't remember that happening. I just remember his conversation with my mother saying, Steph, I mean, I could understand the fella cutting the cord once, but 3 fucking times. Oh. Classic Paul. Classic Paul. One Christmas, my dad instructed Paul to gather up the decorations from the attic. And knew Paul being Paul, he gave extra attention to his instructions. He says, be careful. I do my hands. Me arthritis. He says, be careful now, he says, and only walk in the timber beams because you go straight through that ceiling. It took Paul less than 2 minutes for Paul's legs to be dangling from my dad's bedroom. And this one was a scene straight out of National Lampoons because he happened to come through in my dad's bedroom. And my dad was baiting him with the brush. And Paul in his wisdom still thought he could deny it. Oh no, there's nothing wrong, we can't find the decorations or something. Classic Paul. Been married for some time, Paul, I'll offer some advice. A marriage is a relationship in which one person is always right and the other one is a husband, right? That will save you a lot of grief. In all seriousness, we come from a large family, 4 of us are boys, so it must have been difficult for Paul to pick a best man. And I think he picked me thinking I was a safe choice, I wouldn't go as hard on him. And he might be regretting that now, but there's strength in numbers, and it was the lads who actually helped refresh my memory of some of those stories. The above description made you to lead that he can't do anything right, but I'll have you know a few things. On the pool table, he's untouchable. And he is seriously the best I've ever seen and ever played with. All the jokes I told him, that's the one he laughs at. Classic Paul. Classic Paul. As a friend, he'll make you laugh. As a father, his dedication and pride is the most I have ever seen in a parent. As a brother, he is a no questions asked, I will lay down my life for you kind of guy. So I know as a husband, he's going to set the benchmark for us all. Kyle, Paul and Emily's pride and joy. Doesn't he look so dapper, everybody? Yeah. He's a big fan of Britain's Got Talent, and I think that he's so well dressed today, he could be a judge on Britain's Got Talent. He'd kind of remind you of David Williams, wouldn't he? On great occasions like today, we remember our loved ones that were taken all too early. From the Archer family, David, Ashley and Hilda, and from the Carneys, baby Laura Jane and Louise Donia. You're always in our thoughts and in our prayers, and it's nice to kind of acknowledge them today. Now, Emily, it's tradition to welcome you into the Carney family.
Thank you.
But you've always been part of the family, so this is just like a little formality. You look absolutely amazing, as we all said. You're a wonderful person. You're an amazing mother. And I'm so happy that you found each other all those years ago in Billy Morgan's.
Yeah.
So, Paul and Emily, I love you both. And please, everybody, if you could join me in a toast, if you can stand for just a second. Hold on a second, I've just jumped the gun on one part. I just missed one quick. Stay standing, right? There's 2 other people. The bridesmaids, everybody. Don't they look absolutely stunning as well? No, absolutely. Lillian and Alicia. And little Sasha here as well on the inside as well. Give them a round of applause. They do look absolutely lovely. So to carry on with the toast, everybody, the bride and groom, everyone. Bride and groom.
Bride and groom, love you. Paul, love you.
And we're just... Right, just one last thing. One last... Everybody can sit back down. Go ahead and sit back down. There is one last thing. Emily's going to toss the flowers in a traditional way. So whoever's going to be the lucky person, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, throw! They're flying in midair. They're flying in midair. Oh, look at that! Tony Goff got it, everybody! Oh my God, Tony. Tony and Kate, look at that. Guys, that's another day out for the... Calm down, guys. Calm down, don't make me go over. Guys, that wraps it up for me. I want everybody to have a great night, enjoy the festivities, and enjoy. Thank you.